Welcome to CCRPG, where we open our virtual table and play games with some good friends. I'm Bob, and I'll be running Lancer, an RPG by Miguel Lopez and Tom Parkinson-Morgan. You can find it on itch.io. Last time, the pilots received a direct message from Pound Foolish, asking them to surrender, and then contacted Hale to discuss what their options are. Determined to prove Smack is using weird tech, they delved into Site 12, an underground chemical plant, to try and find something that they could use to capture a sample. Within, they found the remnants of something called Project Protoplast, and a large pool of a liquid referred to as Vesalian medium. Eventually, the pilots recovered a fast-freezing chemical, a sample of Vesalian medium, and a subject plaque with the name Embla on it. They used that chemical to freeze a Smack camera that was invested with the unknown tech in question. They also spoke with Tepsi Pipinadin, leader of Bet Noir, learning more about Pound Foolish and Smack's recent activity. We left off as Steve asked Astro a very important question. Hey, so how are we going to keep this cold? And how are we going to get it to White Rabbit? And that's where we'll pick back up.
I don't know.
Well, I'm no scientist, but if it froze once, it should stay frozen, right?
Astro,
No.
Astro, don't quit your day job.
Well, are there any scientists on in the White Rabbit faction that could take a look at it and keep it contained?
I mean, possibly, but how will we get close to them without guns being aimed at us?
Tell them we have important evidence that Smek was behind this bombing.
I think it more likely we get thrown in jail first.
Well, I already talked to Ken Talonflare, and he is not willing to stick his neck out for me, but he pretty much said, like, if we have anything that could prove our innocence or clear our name, he might be open to listening.
Yeah, but the final decision is his boss. That's the problem. And his boss is the trigger-happy one.
He probably just wants to kill us.
That's true, but that's why we bring it to Ken first. He can maybe evaluate it before bringing it to.
How about we just call? Why don't we just call him to see what he wants us to do? Because I mean, if he doesn't even think he can do it, then it ends right there.
Well,
realistically, Astro, do you think that if we bring it to Ken, that his boss won't hear through the grapevine that we're here? Looking at the giant camera, which is half the size of a mech.
If we have some way to prove this and clear our names, then I'm pretty sure this boss of theirs is more likely to be killing Smek than us afterwards.
That's sort of the way I feel.
I'm just afraid, as I look at the thing, it's going to unfreeze and explode before anything can be done with it.
I nod my head.
I'll take a look at it. Does the frozen camera seem at the moment fairly static, or does it seem like it's something's going on, underneath the ice?
It's not much, but you're able to see. Is there a little bit of moisture on the ground below it? You think so?
I'm going to go fly back in my mech and see if I can find another canister of that liquid nitrogen. Yeah, if they don't say anything after like 5 seconds, I just start doing it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Yeah. We know you're fast, so you'll get there pretty quick. You haven't ranged that far from the chemical plant to get to where the camera is. So we'll just stick to Steve for the action at the moment. Steve, where do you go once you get to the plant?
Can I tell Steve just before he leaves? See if you can also find some sort of insulated container.
I mean, yeah.
I don't say it over the comms, but just to myself, I go, okay, an insulated container, half the size of a mech, okay?
That he's going to carry with his half-size mech.
What if we used his mech as the container?
Is it insulated?
I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure there's like heat sinks all over it.
So, Steve, as you get back to the chemical plant, are you going to where you got the other canister?
Yeah.
So, what I'll say is you'll remember from last time the notations on the canisters was something that Dyne was figuring out for you, because it was all various chemical notations used by Cygnus State. It was like Cygnus State labeled. Are you confident you'll be able to recognize what was on the one that you had previously?
I got real close to it. I carried it for a while. It wasn't long ago by any means. It was for me, but it wasn't for Steve, since we did did blow the thing up.
I mean,
so.
You were there when Dyne figured out which was the one you guys needed to grab to take with you.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident, yeah.
And you're the one who crawled into the facility with your mech to like get to the place where you could carry it away. So you have been the one kind of holding on to it since then. So yeah, you're the one who's had the most direct exposure to it. I'm going to go ahead and just say that, yeah, you can figure that out. So when you crawl in, you go in with the mech, or are you going to go in on person to scout first?
It was pretty... I would need to carry it out with the mech, right?
That's correct.
Or a dolly or something.
Or a dolly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah, I'll go in with the mech right away. I'm confident it'll be
okay.
there.
So what you do is you fly up to the roof. You find one of those panels that goes into like one of the larger areas that you can drop in from in the mech, and from there you remember the route you took last time that has fairly large hallways, enough that you can like squeeze the mech in, and it's only like scraping the walls all over the place, but you can make it down the hallways. You eventually get back to the room that housed the chemical storage, and there are a lot of canisters in there. It'll take you a little bit to like look through the various canisters. As you do, you think you spy one that has the same symbols on it that the previous canister you had did.
Perfect. Are there any like like coffee cups or anything nearby?
Oh yeah, there's like a
Yeti cup or something.
There is unfortunately the only it's actually like it's smaller than a Yeti cup. It's like it's almost like tumbler shaped. It's like like a little ball, right? It is a weird future style cup that is like a little ball, and you don't know why they have it here in this facility, because it's the kind of cup that you've seen people use in 0G before so that they don't spill their drink while they're floating around in 0G, but it is insulated and it's on one of the desks.
Cool. I'm going to grab that.
Okay.
And then, I'll grab the the canister I think is the right one. And then is there... This is a stretch, I know, but is there like anything that hooks up to the canister, like a hose or
there
an
is.
application?
Yes, you have to disconnect that to get the canister.
Okay. Is there anything else that I could put on? Like, so I disconnect the hose. Is there another hose that is portable that I could take, like an applicator hose?
So what I would say is... it looks like the hose it's attached to goes out through the roof. It's like, so imagine the canister, there's a big spot on the ground that it hooks into, right? To like hold it in place, that you have to like lift it out of. And then at the top of the canister, there is a place for the hose to attach. That is a fairly, like it's like a very thick cord style hose, like the size of the hoses on like a gas pump, right? That's about the size of the hose coming out the top.
Sure.
It goes up through the ceiling and away. You don't see any hoses that aren't part of whatever this system is. But you also know the hoses are disconnected right now because as you detach it, there's no like release or anything.
Yeah,
it's
no
like
pressure.
whatever this system is has been turned off.
All right. All right. Well, then I head back out with it.
Okay. Yeah, it will take some time. What are you all doing back with the camera as you wait for Steve?
Keeping a solid distance away from it.
I'm going to watch it and like pay attention to see if there's any like reaction that looks like it's going to explode. Like actively watch for that to kind of time to see how long we would have from freezing to meltdown.
Well, it's been a little while now since you froze it. And you do notice that the kind of frozen outer layer that it has right now is a little bit more shiny than it used to be, but it doesn't look like there's any obvious movement or changes to the thing inside yet.
Okay. I'm just going to keep track of like that until potentially the time that we refreeze it to see how long it would give us.
Mm-hmm.
At minimum.
I'll call Ken Talonflare.
Okay.
While Kestral's off doing his thing.
All right. You dial in the direct contact info he gave you.
Yes.
It rings for maybe like a minute. Like you don't think it's going to connect for a little while, but you kind of leave it going on the side just to see if it connects or goes to nothing. And after a while, you do get a response. You see Ken, like it's like a full video call. Like you see him sitting down in front of like whatever display he's got you on or whatever he's had this call routed to. And they say, "Hey, Astro, what's going on?"
I just wanted to let you know, I think we found some evidence that Smek was involved in the explosion.
Oh yeah, what you got?
Well, I talked about how they were using some sort of tech, some viscous goo. I don't know what else to call it, that would repair their machinery and blow up if it got compromised. Interestingly, when reviewing our combat footage, the goo wouldn't show up on the footage. It would just be pixelated where it was. So it has some way of interfering with video footage.
Okay.
But we were able to find a camera. In fact, the very same camera that caught us drilling into the underground city that Pound Foolish sent out to everyone. We were able to disconnect it and freeze it. It has this goo integrated into its system. And we have it frozen right now. I thought maybe if you have some techs or some scientists that could look at it, evaluate it, and see where it came from and what it does, you'd be interested.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, that does sound interesting, but you said that this is some sort of information that I can use to prove your innocence. How does it do that?
Well, you can connect it with the footage we have from our combat. If you take a video of this camera, you'll probably get the same interference that we did in our combat logs. And additionally, we were able to retrieve some footage from the camera up to the very beginning when it was getting set up.
Uh-huh.
And we were able to see that it was set up by a mercenary group called the Pit Wolves. And whoever set this up, I think it goes without saying they had something to do. They had some interest in what was going on, underneath the city here.
Okay. So I get what you're saying, Astro, but here's the thing. We already know that whatever took that footage of you all drilling through that wall was owned by Smack, or they wouldn't have the footage. So I don't see what seeing that one of their merc teams set up the camera tells us.
Well, they set up the footage. They set up the camera. This camera is using this tech.
But what does the tech tell us?
The tech is what caused the explosion in the first place.
So you can link whatever this technology is to what caused the explosions?
I think so. Whatever caused the explosion was a whole bunch of this goo blowing up at once.
Huh.
If you're
I'm interested, but that's gonna be a hard prove. I mean, there's a variety of things that cause explosions, Astro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how I could tell the difference. I can have some people look at it, but you're gonna need people a lot smarter than me to tell you what the difference between those things are.
Someone could investigate where the explosion happened. I'm sure they'll find residue that matches with this technology that's in the camera. That would be a pretty clear. That would paint a pretty clear picture, don't you think?
I mean, it's better than what you got now, so I'm gonna say yeah.
Well, do you have anyone that could examine this? Do you have any smart people, or are you all just swashbuckling pirates over there?
We wouldn't be able to keep our shit repaired if that was the case. I don't know if there's anyone on planet right now who has that expertise, but there might be someone up with the fleet that has I'll put out a call to see if anyone knows their shit on this. I didn't know we were going to be doing a forensic analysis of explosions, so I don't have someone at the ready right now, but I can, talk to the various captains and see if they got anyone they trust to do that kind of investigation.
Hey, that's all I ask, and I think you'll find this investigation will be well worth it. Just a warning, though, if I don't know how long we can keep this contained. We're going to do the best we can and try to keep it frozen.
What do you mean, contained?
Well, it's frozen right now.
Uh-huh.
If it melts over time, it could explode. The whole point with this tech is as soon as it gets interfered with, it blows up. It self-destructs.
So you're bringing a bomb to us.
Well,
that could explode at any point.
That's why I'm giving you the heads up now. If you have someone who can handle it and has a way of keeping it contained and keeping it frozen.
As you're talking, he starts leaning back in his chair a little bit, and he puts his hand to his head, and you can see him just like trying to take in what he's being asked to figure out how to take care of. And he's just like, oh God.
All I'm asking is if you can make a few calls to the fleet, maybe there's an engineer, have them contact me if that's better. I'm sure you have a lot on your plate and we can figure out the details.
All right, first things first, making sure whatever evidence you have doesn't explode. That I'll figure out first. If you can get it towards us, do not come into our territory until we're ready for you. If you bring that thing across our line and it explodes, everyone is going to shoot you, and I won't be able to stop them.
Yeah, that I can imagine.
Okay, so where are you?
Listen, I trust you, but do you really need to know the details of where we are?
I guess not. No. Okay, whatever. More importantly, where can you get to where other people won't find you first? Well, that I also have access to so I can help you. We got a rendezvous or this ain't gonna work, buddy.
Let me just go out of character real quick here. What was our ingress point when we initially
You came
went
through the
underground?
Grand Crater at the center of things, which is on the
Okay.
borderline between Kingfisher and White Rabbit,
White Rabbit.
which is also on the border of each of their territory by like quite a bit. Like if you come back up through there might still be people there right now because that collapse was recent. They might still be recovering from it a little bit.
Yeah. I'll just say, well, listen, we'll figure out a place we can meet up. We're still getting our bearings here. Once we have a place, I'll let you know.
All right, and I guess I'll see if I can get a cooler truck. Or how cold does this thing need to be?
As cold as possible, I would say.
How cold is that, Astro?
Well, listen, dude, can I?
Oh, you're breaking up. I can't.
Darn, can't hear you.
You're going through a tunnel.
What's the temperature like where we are right now?
I would say if you stepped out of your mech, it's like a balmy 60 degrees.
I'll say, listen, it's keeping frozen right now, and it's like, I don't know, 60 to 70 degrees. If anything colder than that, but as cold as possible would be good. I think we should be fine.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Don't we have like sensors on our mechs to like what the temperature is? Can you just like put the sensor on the ice cube and see how cold it is?
I could ask Lynch. Hey, Lynch, can you do a thermal scan of that ice block over there and tell me how cold it is?
Of course.
And what was the result?
Cold as a spurned lover.
Gosh. And if you had to quantify that, what numbers would you use?
It's about -5 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Of course, that's just the surface of the ice. But I'll pass that along. The ice itself is about -5 degrees on the surface.
Obviously,
that said,
for anyone confused, I did use 2 different temperatures there. It is 60 degrees Fahrenheit in the cave. The ice is -5 Celsius.
I wasn't going to say anything, but thank you, Bob.
So you don't think it's a burning nightmare down here. It is not 60 degrees Celsius down here.
Oh, God.
I brought y'all to hell today. Hope you like it.
60 degrees Celsius. Wait, so you're talking about my mech, right? No way.
No, Evelene caught on fire too many times.
Oh, right. That's just the surface temperature of Evelene's mech. I got it.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell him the surface of the ice itself, I just did a measurement, is about -5 degrees Celsius.
All right, I think that's achievable. If that's what temperature, I'm not going to pretend I'm an engineer. I'll ask someone else. I'm going to go now, Astro.
Hey, you helped. You were a lot more receptive to all this than I expected. So I owe you one.
It's fine. It's fine. Talk to you later.
Okay.
He ends the call.
I feel like the theme for this episode is I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to pretend to be one.
I played a scientist
in
at least 3 movies. So
and that experience has helped you not at all.
Pretty sure I know what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, eventually,
I wore a lab coat and everything. So
KESTRAL, our boy Steve, will arrive with a canister.
Hey, nice, you found some more.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if we can just keep it frozen for, as long as we can. I just called Ken, and, it went well, I think, all things considered. He's going to see if he can get a hold of an engineer or something that can keep it contained and frozen. And he seemed open to, investigating it. And I think if we can find something that links this technology to the explosion, that's the proof we really need. That's the smoking gun.
I walk up to Comet's mech and in my mech hand his mech the canister. Cool. Here you go.
I'll hold it and I'll say, nice. How do I use it?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Dyne, you're the closest thing to a scientist.
Dyne rolls his eyes in his mech.
And his eye tracking software replicates that movement in the mech. Do you have eyeballs in your mech?
Well, I'm in here with Artemis and Castor. Is that close enough?
They each take control of an eyeball.
You project an image of eyes rolling.
All right, let's freeze this. Let's freeze this fucking get going already.
Oh, by the way, here, and I'll get out of my mech and hand the cup over to Astro. Here's your insulation.
Oh, thanks. I did. You did do what I asked. You found an insulated container, so good job.
I don't think there's going to be anything that big.
Yeah. I guess I was hoping there'd be like some sort of like freezer van or something, but I don't even know if we did find that, what we would do with that.
I'm not sure the freezer van would be operational enough to keep it cold.
It might not be operational, but it would be insulated at least.
I mean, how would we even move it? Like
right.
over all the rubble and everything.
That's the question. I don't think we could, at least not easily. Well, here another issue is, say we do bring this camera to White Rabbit. How do we bring it to them without being caught up by some other angry pirates?
So they're not coming. So they're not coming here, then.
No, we're gonna have to, when they're ready to receive it and they have something in place to contain it, they're gonna want us to bring it to them.
Okay, where? We should get it there quickly.
Well, that's the question. Do we think we can find a passage underground that could lead well into their territory so we don't run the risk of running into Smek or other pirates that want us dead? We could go back to the crater, I guess.
I honestly think that's our best shot right now, Astro. Like we know we're just gonna get lost in these underground.
What about the bunker we were at before? Do we think we can reach it from where we are now?
The bunker that's above ground?
No, the bunker that's below ground.
Which bunker are you talking about? The one at the community center?
Yeah.
That's above ground. We got there from the outside.
Right, but then we went into a bunker, which, correct me if I'm wrong, bunkers are by definition below ground, yes?
Well, yes, but we're below the bunker that's below ground right now, so...
Yeah.
That bunker would be way up there.
Yeah, like I think unless we want to wander around aimlessly, which we don't really have the timeline for, and nudging toward the ice cube, I think we take the route we're familiar with, and then hope we can meet up at the crater.
Okay, well that puts us right on the line with Bet Noir. So
well,
we're just gonna have to.
We give them a heads up and say like, hey, we got the camera, don't shoot us or it will explode. Oh, and then I guess we tell them we're not giving it to them. That's probably not a good thing to say.
Well, let's get to the crater at least. But we're not going to want to bring it. We're not going to want to emerge from the crater and start bringing it into White Rabbit territory until they're ready for it. If it blows up, and we haven't communicated with them, we're basically done here.
Well, I mean, what other options do we got?
No, I mean, I think it makes sense. Let's just go to the crater first and then wait to hear back from Ken.
I guess I have to be the one who carries it, right? Because it probably makes sense for a full-size mech to carry it, and the options are either me or the mech that's always overheating.
So what I will say is over short distances, the smaller mechs can move it slightly, but the rules for lifting something of about mech size are if it is the same size as you are immobilized while you have it lifted. So if COMET or KESTRAL try to carry it, they basically can't move with it that much.
I mean, we're on a timeline because we don't want this to defrost.
Well, how are we flying it up the crater? Or can we just go up the crater, I guess? Can we climb up it with it? I don't know how the crater is.
Like climbing is an option, and some of y'all have the ability to get back up. I think you did before.
I have grapple hooks, so I think I'm fine.
While going back up is what I was wondering.
It won't be easy. It'll be a pain in the ass and will take some time, but I have no doubt you'll be able to accomplish it.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, let's get moving then.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to head from here back towards the central crater.
That's right.
All right. As you guys are en route to the crater you came into, Astro, you're going to get a connection request. It is a public call.
All right. I'll take it and I'll have the line open to everyone in the party as well.
It is in contrast to the secured call you got earlier from Pound Foolish. This is like a public call, like in the same way that you can easily share it to your friends so that they can look in. Like it is an unsecured line. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as you open up the connection, you're greeted by a very kindly looking man. He has like a strong jaw, like a very tightly cropped salt and pepper beard, short salt and pepper hair. He is wearing like a high collared, almost like a dress shirt. It almost looks like what if a suit jacket was like tailored to be like runway material, right? Like it's very, very fashionable looking.
Okay.
And he has a tie coming down from like the center of the shirt he is wearing underneath. That is just like a solid red tie. Black tie. I'm sorry, it's a black tie. Looks very clean, he's very upright, and he just has this warm smile. He's like, is this Astro jamming?
This is he.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Donahan.
Donahan. Hello.
Hi, it's nice to finally chat.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Well, I've heard that my employer reached out to you recently, and darn it, I've heard so much about you these last few days. I thought I'd reach out.
It's funny, we've heard a lot about you, but we don't know a lot about you.
Only good things, I hope.
Of course. So, what can I do for you?
I was reaching out to you because I believe it is important to, at the very least, see what's possible to be done here. I don't want things to devolve into violence, and it seems like that is what my employer is dead set on.
Well, that's true. And he's backed us into a corner here.
Well, that may be the case from a certain point of view, but maybe we can come to some sort of agreement.
What exactly is it you want?
I just want to put all this nonsense behind us. Things have gotten a little bit too complicated, and I think everyone's in a little bit over their heads. I just want cooler heads to prevail.
So, what is it you're proposing here?
Well, it seems to me like there has come a point of people stepping up and threatening each other, making claims. I want us to all just back down, come back to the negotiating table, see if there's a way we can work this out with just, a simple chat, staying open and seeing if there's a way that we can all benefit. You've all proven yourselves, by the way, to be very capable, and I just have to say I'm quite impressed with you.
Well, a peaceful solution does sound appealing.
I knew it would.
Can you do anything about the fact that we've been framed for causing this explosion?
Well, if everyone agrees that we should move past whatever this explosion was and agree that it doesn't help anyone to continue this cycle of violence, then perhaps we can talk about more important issues like getting back to work and making sure everyone gets what they need.
Well, it does sound tempting. What would you need us to do to achieve this?
Well, I know that you have your reservations about Mr. Foolish, but I am offering whatever I can provide in terms of my support if we were to have an open negotiation about what it would take to make everyone back off on everything. And, we would probably want to give you maybe what you're looking for. I've heard you're here investigating something on the planet. Maybe we can give you some of that information in exchange for the other pirate crews backing off our territory.
I'm not against that idea. Really, we don't have too much dog in this fight between the pirate crews. We came here looking to investigate what happened on this planet and what happened to the colony. That's all we want.
Well, I believe that what happened to the colony is something we could look into together. This city hall that we've taken up as our base of operations, I've been doing a lot of looking through the records here, and I think we could all sit down and have a nice chat over a cup of tea.
Well, your boss seems pretty dead set on taking this fight to Bete Noir. Even called me and told me all would be forgiven if I help him.
He's
in a
bit...
fight against Bete Noir.
Yes.
How are you going to convince him?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. In some ways, I'm akin to a prisoner. I don't have a lot of freedom. For example, this is an open call. I assume that my employer may even be listening in. I'm sure that your allies are doing the same on your side. But that's fine. I want this to be an open conversation anyway. Mr. Foolish is dead set on his own ideas, but I think sometimes things have gotten a little bit away from him. I mean, have you spoken with Bête Noire yet?
I might have.
Oh, well, because my upcoming question relies on whether or not you know much about them.
Where is this going?
Well, regardless, I was hoping maybe you'd have some familiarity. Bête Noire are opportunists, bottom feeders. They don't win based off of skill or through superior force. They feed off of those who are defeated. They're scavengers. And I have no doubt that they'll feed on you if given the opportunity. They're just looking for an opening, and I don't say this to disparage them. I'm sure they can turn themselves around. Why, I would be willing to offer my services to them as an advisor if it came down to it. But this is all off point. What I'm getting to is they're a little underhanded, and I don't think they would make natural allies for you. You've proven yourselves, and I think that, indelicate as he is, Foolish has a point. It would not be wise to ally with the likes of Bête Noire.
But it would be wise to ally with Smack.
Well, I don't know how much you know about SMAC, but they do work with a lot of third-party contractors. For example, I would not consider myself a part of SMAC. My allegiance lie elsewhere, but I am committed to providing my advice and my views on things to them. There are many mercenary outfits who work with SMAC for a time. SMAC is one of the most large, and I mean, even what they have here in and around the planet is only a fraction of SMAC's presence in this sector. I mean, I think it would be advantageous to you to... I'm not saying you have to be friends with Mr. Foolish, but amicable business partners, I could make that happen.
Well, it brings me to the next question. As you noted yourself, SMEC has a lot of connections with third parties, including yourself. How is it you got entangled with them in the first place, and what exactly do you get out of this partnership with Pound Foolish?
I am a guide. It is my duty to guide people who need guidance.
So you were hired?
In a way, I was contracted.
By Pound Foolish?
Yes, by the organization in general.
Pound Foolish, by every account I've heard, isn't the type of man that likes listening to outside advice. He likes doing things his way, you know?
He smiles warmly at you and goes, yes, an ardent challenge for one of my profession.
So, forgive me, but it's a little hard for me to understand why he would hire a third party in the first place.
He obviously valued what I was able to bring to the table. I won't lie to you, things were icy at first, but when I displayed my divine superiority of skill, things changed.
Mm-hmm. And so you're here just helping Smack.
Yes, that is my job. I don't see why that would preclude me from also helping you if it did not interfere with my other duties.
Well, if I could hear from Pound Foolish himself that he's interested in negotiating with the other factions, coming to a peaceful solution, and if there's a way you could get us information on what happened to the colony, it would be worth considering.
Of course, I'll need an offering from both sides to bring to the table here. I am willing to assist in finding out what information you came to this planet to look for and expediting your search so you can get on your merry way. In exchange, I believe you've captured a piece of technology of ours that I would just recover from you.
Oh, how do you know about that?
Oh, word travels.
Well, I think we're hold on for it for now.
Well, this would be your opportunity to put something forward that would allow us all to come to a mutual understanding. I don't know if I can guarantee I could convince my employer to listen without that.
So all this talk of negotiating and peace, all just a preamble for getting this piece of technology back.
I don't see how that's a preamble at all. I mean, achieving peace and finding mutual cooperation requires both sides to do their part to meet the wants and desires of each party. And I'm saying I'm willing to help you, but I'm not going to be able to convince a man like Pound Foolish to lift a finger to help another person unless I can give him something in return. I want to be a mediator in this, but both sides will have to put something up.
Well, this is my only bargaining chip. Without it, I have no assurances you can do what you're saying you can do.
Well, then use it as a bargaining chip. You are literally using the words of negotiation yourself. If you give that as part of your negotiation, the return of our technology, I believe I would be able to help you achieve your goals, get you on your way, and I doubt you want to slum it around here with these pirate gangs for that much longer. I've had a chance to look you up in my free time.
Or you might just take the technology and kill us all.
I promise you that I would not be okay with that.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? That changes everything.
He smiles, like, I knew you would see it that way.
Okay, well, I appreciate the call, Donahan. We'll think about it.
I'm afraid I need a response if... Let me put it this way. I can do what I can to make things better, to try and get you what you want if you give my employer what he wants, but if it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, I'm not going to be able to hold him off.
Can you at least give me a quick moment here to confer with my colleagues?
Oh, please. If you have your colleagues there, I'd be glad to talk to them as well.
Just privately, please, and I'll put him on mute.
Okay.
And I'll say to the others, sounds to me like they're awfully nervous we have this technology. I'm thinking we just say no.
Yeah, I've been wanting to tell you to say, just tell them to fuck off.
And go to hell. Any objections?
Well, either we tell him to go to hell and then we go to hell, or we don't tell him to go to hell and then we go to hell. All right, let's go.
Wasn't this the guy working with that other merc dude that's working for Smack?
Yeah, yes. I think he's part of. I think he's the Noesis Mandate jerk.
Didn't we kill a bunch of his men just recently?
Did we? No,
Were they not the ones protecting the canister? Or
I didn't think they were Noesis Mandate. I thought they were Smack.
Well, either way.
I don't think we've seen, and Bob, out of character, Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've actually seen any Noesis Mandate folks this mission yet.
So you don't know, like you've only ever seen one, maybe two mechs from the Noesis Mandate ever. What I will say is you have seen mechs who are part of Smack's pirate army that have weird technology you can't explain.
That's what I mean. Like, we don't know for sure that these are
what I
enemies
will
with
say
folks.
is the mechs that pit wolves that you saw in the video setting up the camera, that seems to be Mark Iron's mercenary group he brought to the planet, do not look like the mechs that you fought earlier. They look very different than the other smack mechs you fought. They look much more military hardware than pirate mech.
Anyways, yeah, let's tell them to go to hell.
Yep, Dyne, Steve, no objections?
No, none here.
None here.
All right, I'll put him off mute. And I'll say, after careful consideration, we have decided that you can go to hell.
Evelene cheers in the background.
That seems kind of personal. Have I done anything to offend you?
No, not you personally. Thanks for the call.
What? Okay, well,
Oh,
I will have to say that even if things aren't going to work out here, Mr. Astro, I do respect your skill, and you've shown nothing but the ability to get things done. If things go well for you in the future, I'd be willing to sit down and have a discussion with you myself if my employer was no longer a hurdle.
interesting.
But in the meantime, I do still work for them. So, Mark, go ahead. And then he ends the call.
What?
6
Perhaps you should talk
signs appear on your radar.
Perhaps you should call Ken and tell him where we are and
Yes.
hurry.
Can I just radio in interest of speed?
Yeah, you can
radio
quickly get out a message
with coordinates. This is where we are. We have the technology with us. Donahan just sent his goons on us.
And as you get that message out, on top of the buildings surrounding you, 3 mechs that were previously hidden to you all come online. We're going to start a combat now.
Oh boy.
These are the Pit
Fantastic.
Wolves, and they have sent a kill team after you.
Silent killer. I don't like these names.
Very different than the pirate mechs you fought before.
Yeah.
Oh, only 3 now. That's not too. Oh wait, I have to move my.
You're
my map
surrounded.
over. Yeah, yeah.
As you guys are taking care of... Oh, by the way, that little turret that I turned blue and put the shutdown marker on, that represents the captured camera.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to ask.
The rubble that you see on the ground is various debris from the caves. The number attached to each one of those pieces of rubble represents what size it is considered for use in if you wish to use it as cover.
Okay.
So the pink ones are size 1, the blue one is size 2, the green one is size 1/2.
So for cover rolls, does the cover have to be like a size bigger than you, or
You has
like,
to be equal to you or larger.
Equal. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So 1/2 size cover would give me full cover. If
It
I
would
was
give
behind
you,
it?
it would give you
line of
full
sight.
cover if you were adjacent. Hard cover. It would give you
Or,
hard
yeah,
cover if you were adjacent and it blocked line of effect
sight.
between you and the thing attacking you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. They took their surprise basically to get close to you, so you all will still be the first to act in the combat.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the game plan here. I mean,
The buildings are 6 up, by the way. They're 6 spaces tall.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on, let me
Because you're on the
on the map a little
road
bit.
going down the street, and then the white on either side are the buildings that they just revealed themselves on top of. They're looking down at you from on top of buildings surrounding the street on either side. Those buildings are 6 spaces tall.
Okay, gotcha.
This is like a city street, so these are tall buildings on either side.
What is moving rules? Like if I'm carrying an object, does that limit my movement at all, or it
Yes.
just limits my actions?
Yeah, it will limit your movement. Technically, the rules for lifting something are so during combat, the rules for lifting and carrying are a little bit different. Lifting something basically immobilizes you, but you can drag something, I think, at half speed if it's mech sized. So let me pull that up here real quick. I did just look this up recently. Cover, soft and hard. Nope, those are useful rolls, but not what I'm looking for. Attacks, flight, movement. Okay. Okay, here we go. Lifting. Objects of equal or lesser size overhead, but you are immobilized while doing so. You can drag objects up to twice your size, but are slowed while doing so. And you can't take reactions while doing either of these things.
Does my cable winch system give me any benefits?
The cable winch would work the way the rules on the cable winch work.
Okay.
So you would be able to target the camera with the cable winch the same way you would be able to target any mech.
Yeah, I'm just reading the rules on this to see if this can be used for anything. Yeah, because this is mostly worded such that like it can't escape me, but I don't want to. Well, I mean, I don't. I want to move with it, not move with it. You know.
Well, you can drag things up to twice your size, but you're just slowed while doing so. So you can drag it wherever you need to go. You would just be slowed, and it won't. What's the word? It won't combat you, so it'll just move where you move it. You won't have to make any checks against it to see if you can move it.
Right.
Even though she's a mech sizer larger?
Yeah, size 1/2 is still considered bulky enough that it would not be easy to move around.
My first impression is to move the camera like behind some rubble or something and then just defend that position. But I don't really see anything worth. Like there's that two space. Is that 2? Yeah. The big piece of rubble north, that one. Northeast, like move it back there and defend it, but I don't know if I can get there fast enough, you know? Maybe put it next to the one you're thinking, whoever dotted that.
Yeah, sorry. What about that one to the northwest?
That's probably doable.
Okay. Let me go first then.
Are you going to move it or are you just going to attack?
No, I was going to give you the best opportunity for you to move it, was my plan.
Okay. One other thing, Bob, I was the one carrying it. Should my token be next to it?
Yes. I will say it's here then.
Thank you. Cool. Then, yeah, if you want to set up an opportunity, then I'll move it to, I think we said 5? You're slowed. What is... My regular movement is 5, so it'd be less than that, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What is slowed?
I apologize. What does slowed mean? Like
the only movement you can make is your standard movement on your turn. You cannot boost or make any other kind of special movements.
Okay, yeah, I can do that in one movement.
Oh wait, I could drag this thing just about anywhere.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
I figured you'd lose a ton of movement if you were slowed. I mean, I guess you are if you can't boost, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so just making sure I can do this. It's not that.
So is KESTRAL going to activate first here then?
Yeah, if you guys are cool with that.
That's fine.
Go for it.
Yeah, do it.
Sorry, I'm just looking for one of my abilities here. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to activate the Oasis wall, which will give me 2 heat. Mark that there.
2 heat for KESTRAL.
Alright, so until the start of my next turn, I can move in straight lines, which is a little strange to me, but whatever. However, you create a holographic trail behind me as I move, creating a light barrier made of contingent sections the same size as my mech, size 1 for size half mechs. In each space I move through, this barrier grants hard cover to adjacent characters, and characters that benefit from this cover also gain resistant to energy. So as long as I move through my ally space here, or next to them, and create a line here, I can move 7 to there, next to the rock. I'll just move it there, actually. And then create a line there that CHIMERA can follow while moving it, and she will have hard cover.
So you're going to make a line from where you started to where you ended?
Correct.
Basically. All right,
Yep.
so can you...
Right there.
Yeah, all right, so basically you want it from there to the rock, right?
Yep.
I will make that line for you. Give me one moment. Boop.
And then we will have hard cover.
Boop. Boop. Is that correct?
Yes. The barrier doesn't exist, cannot be destroyed, immunity to all damage, blah, blah, blah. It just kind of exists here for this turn.
All right, so...
oh, no, excuse me. It lasts the rest of the scene or until I use it again.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Contiguous sections the same size as your mech.
Yep. Except it upgrades to full size if you are a half mech, it says in parentheses.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. That's what I was worried about. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're kind of
It
short.
It only protects Chimera's shims.
Luckily, none of you are size 2 mechs or bigger.
My shins.
So, not okay. So, hard cover, but it doesn't count as an obstruction, so
No,
you can still
it
shoot
doesn't.
through it. It just grants hard cover.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay, awesome. So you basically run interference for CHIMERA to kind of block the way
Yeah.
there.
It's not like it's a stupid effing flame wall that, 50%'s your bullets that go through it or anything stupid like that. Don't
Ooh,
worry.
I should use more of those. That sounds real good.
No,
At this point,
you
now that
shouldn't.
I'm off the sniper, sure, I don't care.
You can just fly over it and shoot them from above.
Yeah. Take half of my shots, whatever. I fire enough of them.
It's not like it would catch you on fire or anything. That would suck.
Yeah, that would. Okay, so these guys are up 6, but so like if I wanted to attack the silent killer, I have a range of 5, so I would need to boost to get closer to him.
I believe that is the case.
All right. Yeah, because I'm 6 away, so I will boost, and these buildings are all like all these white things are just buildings, right?
They are just large city buildings. They are subdivided into smaller buildings than this, but this is the general layout.
Is this building higher or lower than
They
this
are
building?
all the
or
same height,
Exactly,
but
the
they
same.
have
Okay.
different setbacks from the road and stuff. Like if you were on top of them, they might be like a foot or two different in height than each other. You know what I mean? Like, when you're running across roofs, like there might be like a slight up or slight down between them. It's that kind of top here.
Mm-hmm. I want to move up to around this position. I think you said these were 6 high.
They're
so
6 high.
I'd like to be like at, I'll go like right there, I think.
Okay.
And be like at 5 height. The reason being is I want to be able to attack the silent killer, and I think I'd have vision of him there, but not have the other 2 line of sight on me. Is that feasible?
That's reasonable. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. And then I will skirmish with my pistols.
That's killer 2 that you're targeting there on the left.
Yep. Gain accuracy on my first roll. Sorry, 1 second. Hold this up. Where's my character? Accuracy 1 on the first roll. All right, so 21.
21 will hit.
Soft 21, unfortunately, but
not piercing, right?
No.
Not armor piercing. Okay, it does seem to have
reliable 1, but I don't think that matters.
No, it does seem to have some amount of armor, so it'll only do 1 damage.
Okay. Reduce the number. Sorry, I'm reading through my gunslinger. I forgot to keep track of this the first time I use this mech, so I want to make sure I keep good track of it. Okay, and then my next shot does not. And then fire another pistol. 10.
10 will miss.
Okay.
And the reliable 1 will get eaten up by the armor.
Yep.
All right, anything else, Kestrel?
No, I believe that is all of my actions, and
Gotcha.
I don't want to boost or overcharge, so...
All right, sounds good. Then what I am going to do is activate Wolfrain 1. And Wolfrain 1 is first. Going to see how far away things are. Cool. All of you see something very concerning come on the your tactical heads-up display as a targeting light, the likes of which you have never seen before, indicates a giant area on your map as a danger area. Wolfrain 1 has chosen a space of ground within range 30 that is obvious to all characters. It has launched a missile, basically it opens up a top hatch on one of its missile launchers, and a giant missile comes out of it. Like a huge missile launches out of it. It will land at the end of the round, making a Blast 2 sized explosion.
Cool.
That's a slow missile.
I just imagine Bullet Bill.
Yeah.
He has targeted it on top of Orion, so it'll be a Blast 2 from Orion's current square.
Okay.
I will...
Okay.
Oop, that is a bad color, so I will change it to one that is easier to read for everyone. I'm going to move you out of the way so I can clear that drawing real quick.
Oh, that is a bad color. I didn't even notice it there.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, why did it default to that color? That's horrible. Okay.
Not good.
Let's just keep with something that stands out.
That was the obvious the opposite of obvious for everyone.
There. So that's the space it's targeting right now. It has
Cool.
fired an Atlas missile. That is its turn. It's back to your side.
I like to grab the camera and move it up by the rock.
So is Chimera activating next?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
I guess I move my token. You'll move the camera, Bob.
Yep.
Okay. I have a thought. So, as part of my skirmisher ability, I get a soft cover until I actually attack. If I'm carrying the well, two questions. One, if I'm carrying the camera, do I still have that, or because it's slow, that kind of negates that?
I don't see why it would negate that unless it says that you specifically would lose that for some reason.
Okay. Second question is, can I be carrying it so if they attack the camera directly, the camera effectively gets soft cover?
The camera would only get cover if they were firing through you at it.
Okay, then that's fine. I'm going to...
Your positioning would matter in this respect.
Okay. Let me see where everyone is. I think where I'm standing... Yeah, I think I'm in a good position to protect from any direction. And then I'm just going to... I might be thinking in D&D terms, since this may not be a answer thing, but can I be prepared to defend it if something comes after the camera?
You can use a quick action, I think, to prepare a reaction.
I'd like to do that then.
I did pull up a bunch of stuff before the game so I could check on certain things.
Yeah, I was checking the PDF and couldn't find anything.
Yeah, it is the prepare action. It's a quick action. Prepare another quick action to activate on a trigger. When triggered, you take this action as a reaction. So what are you using that prepare to prepare as a quick action?
Any sort of attack against the...
So you would have to choose something that you can do. So you're preparing a skirmish, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like if something attacks the camera directly, I want to... I guess it would be a skirmish to attack whatever's attacking it.
The way it's worded is you have to choose another quick action to activate on a trigger. So your trigger would be if something attacks the camera, you skirmish it.
Yep.
Okay. Which is choose a weapon and a valid target within range and threat, then make an attack.
Yep.
I will let you choose those things when it becomes relevant. So
yeah,
I'm not going to say I'm not going to make you decide right now which weapon you're using. I will just say you've prepared a skirmish action. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, cool. I feel like that's the fairest way to run that. So you still have options depending on if things change.
Yeah. That's fine by me. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else, Chimera? Or is that all you got?
I'm done everything I can do.
Awesome. I am going to have, let's see, Silent Killer 1. Oh, very nice. Okay. So first is it's going to use its movement. There you are. It is going to jump down and it's just going to free fall and land at the bottom. You notice that it is able to make that landing without taking any damage to itself. And after landing, it's going to move an additional 5. And then it is going to activate Leap as a quick action. Flies 6 spaces in any direction, but must land on a surface. Is going to land adjacent to Orion and Comet.
Cool.
Okay. Orion and Comet, as it lands, a shock wave flies off of it. I need both of you to make an agility save or be knocked prone.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Agility.
Why did it land right next to the missile landings?
I probably failed.
Save target. Yeah, you would have needed to beat a 12.
Okay, give me a second here. Agility. Save. There it is. Okay.
A 19. You are able to stay up there, Comet.
Okay.
And
because I'm nimble.
You are. You did quite good. And in addition, it is going to make the so you were able to stay upright, right, Comet?
Yes.
All right. It turns at you, and as its other quick action, you see it reaches back with its it has a heat like a blade in one hand. With its empty hand, it's like this nimble kind of like spidery looking mech. It reaches back with its hand, and you see an electric pulse build in its hand as it jabs its hand forward at your face.
Okay.
20
Oops.
versus your evasion.
That might hit.
He hit you with sap. It chooses a character next to him and makes an attack against you. It succeeded. Now you need to make an engineering save. You get 2 chances to avoid this happening to you.
Okay.
So it hit you. Now you need to make the engineering save or something really bad happens.
Okay. 16.
A 16. It successfully saves.
Good.
As it slams you in the chest with its electrified hand, you see the electronics in your mech start to wink out, but you're able to jump into action fast enough to save it from shutting down. You know that if you had been hit by this fully, you would have been stunned until the end of your next turn.
That would be not fun.
All right, that is its turn. It is back to your side.
No physical damage?
No physical damage.
All right, that's good. Hey, Orion, mind if I go?
Sure, whatever. I'm currently on. It's probably the safer bet with what I'm going to do.
You're prone, right? But can you still attack when you're prone?
I mean, I can spend my movement to stand up, so...
I'm just saying, can you take a reaction?
Yes. I don't see why not.
All right, so I'm going to lock on to Silent Killer 1.
Okay.
And from Spotter 3, when I lock on, I can nominate an allied character adjacent to me. They may immediately make any quick action as a reaction, consuming your target's lock-on condition. The action does not need to be an attack, by the way, but whatever action you choose to do will consume the lock-on condition if it's an attack, I mean.
Well, then I will can I just use quick action Bob to boost upwards? To like boost myself onto my feet if I'm prone?
I want to just check real quick. I think you can use the movement granted to you by boost to stand up. Where's that prone nonsense? Probably under the 3 subcategories that all involve movement. Let's see. Quick actions, boost. Place 1 space up to your speed. What does prone say specifically? This might not be on my cheat sheet. Do any of you have in front of you how you get up from prone?
Characters can remove prone by standing up instead of their standard move unless they're immobilized. Standing doesn't count as movement, so it doesn't trigger Overwatch or other standardized effects.
So you have to use your standard move to stand up from prone, it sounds like. Because prone's whole effect is you are slowed, which is you cannot use other forms of movement other than your standard movement. So you can't boost while you're prone.
Okay. In that case,
you stand up and then boost?
But it's not his turn. He can't use a movement while it's not his turn.
He's giving me a free reaction.
Yeah, what COMET is allowing Orion to do is make a quick action, and boost is not the same as movement.
Okay.
Because you're quote unquote slowed, you can't boost right now.
God, I see what you're saying.
In that case, this still might work to our benefit. I am going to shoot at him with my heavy pattern laser rifle, and this is going to be a little bit weird, but visually cool. So my heavy pattern laser rifle is a cannon, so I can activate Siege Specialist, Once per round, before rolling an attack with a cannon, all adjacent characters next to you must succeed on a hull save or be knocked back 1 space, and I am pushed back 1 space in any direction before the shot actually fires. So I'm literally going to be firing, flying back 1 space, and Comet and Silent Killer have to make a hull save.
Okay.
While I'm prone.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I
like
mean, it's
it.
just the blast is so big, it pushes all of you away from it, basically, right?
And it also
like it.
pushes Comet out of engagement. Or pushes Silent Killer out of engagement, basically.
Yep.
because-
Yeah, force movement wouldn't trigger his reaction, so that would be good.
So,
Yeah, go for it. So you're firing the thing, so everyone has to do this first. So you move,
Yep.
and
I
then
move.
Comet and Silent Killer both need to
Yeah,
roll.
I'm going to be moving back 1 space.
Cool.
You can move in any direction, Comet, but you still have to make a hull save.
I rolled.
That succeeds, actually.
Knocked back, so it would have both Comet and Silent Killer would be pushed away from the space you occupied because it would be knocked away from.
But that so if I save the hull save,
If
what
you
does
s-
that mean?
If you save the hull save, let me just
You're
post
not
it in
knocked
chat.
back. Yeah.
You're not knocked back.
Okay.
So I'm just going to post it in. I'm just going to post it in chat here.
Did you add a difficulty for something, Comet?
I do. It's my goblin receives +1 difficulty on hull checks and saves.
Ah, I see.
It's a feature of the frame.
It
It's
is
a frame trait.
hull check, right? So
It's because you're small.
Silent Killer fails, so it will get knocked back 1 space.
Okay, so now I'm going to roll my attack roll.
And knock prone.
And prone, yeah, he's prone. And
Nice.
since he's prone, I get accuracy, correct?
And if
attacks
you're
against-
attacking him, you're using the lock on.
Yep. So
So
I
you get
get
two.
Well,
yeah,
only if he
attacks against-
chooses to use the lock on, right?
If he's using the reaction to attack, he has to consume the
Oh,
lock
you
on.
must. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Attacks against prone targets receive +1 accuracy, so
Yep.
this will receive +2 accuracy. So
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the accuracy off of there since you're using it immediately.
all right.
The lock on, that is.
Wow. 12.
Ooh, a 12.
That's not a great roll.
A 12 does not hit. As you fire, as it's knocked down, you see it almost like fall to its spidery limbs, and it hits one hand against the ground and like rolls over completely to dodge the blast that goes over top of it.
Okay, so I'll add the 3 heat.
So 3 heat for Orion
and-
there.
That was my reaction. So it's your turn, Comet. You are now no longer engaged.
Okay.
And remember, it's a blast 2 radius from that blue circle for the missile at the end of the round.
Right. So that would still cover Silent Killer.
Yeah, that's exactly the point, and he's prone. So
Yep. What does jammed mean again?
Jammed is bad. Jammed is can't talk to others, can't make attacks other than improvised attack, grapple, and ram, can't take reactions, and can't benefit from tech action. So computer shit's fucked up.
Okay. Just trying to think if I want to fuck this guy up even more. But it's a once per scene. So I have an eject power cores hack that would jam him till the end of his next turn. It's a once per scene. Oh, on each character though. Okay. Then I'm gonna do that. So I locked on. That's 1 quick action. Now I'm going to use invade quick action on him. So let's roll the tech attack real quick.
Uh-huh.
Take off the difficulty before I do that. Okay, 26.
A 26 will hit.
All right. So first of all, he takes 2 heat for a successful invade. And I'm going to use eject power cores. Your target becomes jammed until the end of their next turn as you temporarily disrupt their systems, ejecting ammo magazines and cooling rods. Characters adjacent to your target take 2 energy damage, but no one's adjacent to him.
So he's jammed.
So he's jammed.
Gotcha.
He's jammed and he took 2 heat.
Gotcha.
All right, and then what's my move?
It's gonna make me watch Park and Recs after this. Jeez. You just got
jammed by Astro Jamin. Okay, so, and then I'm going to move behind this rock here. Actually, maybe I'll move a little bit up here. Okay, so I'm putting myself between this cover and the pack hunter and wolf rain that are to our southeast. And that's it for me.
All right, sounds good, Astro. So that is Comet's turn. Let's see here.
That's a good question there, Astro. Did you ever get sponsored for a jam brand? Because it feels like you would.
Some sort of
Are you
space
kidding
jam.
me? He has his own jam brand. He's like the Paul Newman of jams. There's a picture of him on the front label of the jam. Astro Jamin's Jam and Jam.
So I think it's a lot funnier if the irony went the other way and you didn't, but you always were mad that you missed the opportunity.
What the hell, man?
Why didn't I think of it? Why didn't I think of it?
No, it's even better. There's a brand called Astro Jams. It's not by you, but you're mad that they took the idea.
What is going to happen now is I'm going to activate Wolf Rain 2. And the first thing it is going to do is, cool, Orion, you're within 15, which is its range here. It is going to lock on to you.
Nice.
So you're going to get lock on. And then, as you see, you're locked on, Orion. All of you see a bunch of heat signatures light up on your cameras as Wolf Rain opens all of its missile bay pods and just fires a volley of missiles. This can attack up to 3 characters at a time, so he's targeting Orion, Comet, and Chimera. Against characters that have lock on, his weapons gain Smart, Seeking, and Armor Piercing.
Hey, that's legal.
Wait, does anyone have
He just locked onto Orion.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not as worried then.
So Smart turns it from attack against evasion to attack against E defense, right?
It'll be against your E defense, yeah.
So he gave me an advantage.
I guess so.
Oh, sure, E defense
Just
good.
games
My
armor
evasion
piercing.
is 7.
Yeah.
It's the lowest it can go. My E defense is not 7.
It also has
Nice.
accuracy against you because you are prone right now.
I am prone. That's
Yep.
true.
Does it have to consume the lock on in order for...
No, it is as long as you
okay.
have lock on, it has these things against you.
Okay.
I forgot my cannon fire was done while I was prone.
Yeah. All right. So first things first. Chimera, this is against you. These are arcing, so it'll go over the wall.
It does have difficulty because of my soft cover.
Okay. So that will be minus. So 12 minus 5. That will, I assume, miss.
Yeah, definitely does.
All right. Comet.
All right.
13 versus evasion.
13. That hits my evasion.
You will take 5 explosive damage and are knocked back by 1. Oh, and I'm sorry, Chimera, what's your armor right now?
Give me a sec, I stepped away. I believe it's 2.
It's 2.
So the missile pod misses you, but it explodes next to you. These have reliable 3, so you'll still take 1 damage.
I don't like that at all.
So Chimera, you'll take 1. Comet, you'll take 5. Is that right?
Yes, 5. Bring me down to 6. And that was from
Wolf Rain 2.
Wolf Rain 2. Okay. And how far is he? 20.
20.
But
Yep.
he's also 6 feet or 6 hexes.
We'll count that as
Oh.
20.
Oh, 20?
Distance of 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my reactive code trait that I can take any quick tech option against the attacker as a reaction.
We will resolve that because it's a reaction. His action isn't over yet. You will have to complete that once the attack finishes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it
Once
won't
he nukes
affect
me.
what happens to Orion because that all happened at the same time. So Orion, this is, and I'll just add the 1d6 on here. This is against your E defense, 16.
Yep.
And against you, this will be armor piercing.
So 5.
So yeah, 5 explosive.
-5.
So down to 16, I believe.
Yeah.
And now you can activate your reactive code, COMET.
Okay. So I'm going to hold on. Does that push me back? That attack? Did you say?
Oh yeah, knockback 1. So I'm sorry, both you and Orion are pushed 1 space away from it.
But we can choose the
No, you're both
yeah.
pushed 1 space away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. If that happens first, then he might not be in range of me anymore.
I don't know if that's how that. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Who chooses what direction away is?
Maybe he does.
Is a good
I'll put myself
question.
back for a second.
Let's look at forced movement here.
I'll move back until you decide.
Movement involuntary, do not provoke reactions or engagement. Still blocked by obstructions. It does not indicate. I mean, he's fairly horizontal to both of you, so I assumed you would both just be pushed east.
Yeah.
All right, what's that code look like, Comet? Are you still within range, by the way?
I'm not in range anymore, so he knocked me out of range.
Ah, wow.
And I
you
can
were,
only
you
do
were
the...
just within range of his missile pods. You were
I
literally
know,
on the
yeah.
very edge of his missile pod range.
So he pushed me out before I could do anything. So I won't be taking a reaction.
Okay. And so he locked on, and then he used his missile pod. So that is the end of his turn. Orion, you still have your activation left.
Yep. All right, I'm going to use my standard movement to stand up. So I am no longer prone.
Uh-huh.
Then I am going to skirmish and attack the prone silent killer.
Sure.
We're going to take a pot shot at him. Since he's prone, I'm going to get 1 accuracy on this, and maybe I'll get roll better than a 1 or a 2. Because that didn't go well last time. 18.
18 will hit.
For 10 energy and 3 burn.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 3 burn. 1, 2, 3. Because it does have 1 armor.
Okay. Plus 3 heat. All right.
You're in
and
the
since
danger zone.
I am, and since that was part of a cannon shot, I'm just going to fly back 1 step. But I'm
That's
still in the blast.
once per round, right?
You are correct. That is once per round. Either way, I'm going to boost 3 spaces back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see.
So out of range of the incoming missile.
Yeah, I'm going to move back here.
Cool. All right, anything else, Orion?
Nope, I set a dude on fire. That's not Chimera. I think I'm happy.
That's good. All right, let's finish up with the rest of these people here. Silent Killer is going to... So you just attacked him, right, Kestrel? You're kind of floating up in the air there.
Okay. Yeah.
What was that noise?
that was an affirmation. Yeah. Uh-huh. I just don't like the way you said it. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
like that tone.
he doesn't have to worry about fall damage, so I think he's just gonna go for it.
Doing the jump attack? Sick.
Yeah. The silent
Respect.
killer. The silent killer is going to leap off the side of the building, and as he's falling, he's going to attack you. So he's going to jump over here. When making in addition to his leap, by the way, he has a thing that says, in addition, when making a standard move, can jump horizontally up to their speed and vertically up to their speed in any combination. So these things are just jumpy fools. So he does jump out to that space. And as he is falling, he is going to make a barrage at you. So he is going to use both of his attacks here. First one is probably not going to hit you because I don't think much hits you.
No. What is it?
So as he falls, he is going to slam out with you with his electro fist.
Well, hold up. Did he roll an attack and miss?
Not yet.
I didn't see
nope.
if he rolled
No,
it.
I am telling you what he is about to do.
Got it. Okay.
So this is the attack he's doing. He tries to slam out at you with his electric palm hit.
Okay.
No, super misses.
Anytime an attack misses me, I may fly up to 2 spaces in any direction as a reaction.
Nice.
I believe I am within 2 spaces of the top of this building.
Does it say that avoids reactions?
Avoids reactions. It is anytime an attack misses you, I do it as a reaction.
Okay.
So,
but it's still movement, right? You're still.
I guess I don't know what you're getting at. Like, does it proc like?
That's what I'm saying. Does it proc his Overwatch because he will swing at you as you move away? Then.
I have Skirmisher 3. So I'm not sure if that would come into effect because I did skirmish last round. I don't know how long that.
What does Skirmisher 3 do?
Before or after you skirmish, including as a reaction, ergo from Overwatch, you may move up to 2 spaces. So I could. No, but that's during my turn, I think.
Well, I think you're more interested in the last item, right, Jay? Which is the first attack taken against you as a reaction automatically misses.
That too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Skirmisher 3.
If he does that, then
so
he would do that too.
That's what happens then, is you are going to fly away from his sap ability that he's trying to stun you with, and as you pull away, he unsheathes a knife that ignites as he unsheathes it, and he tries to slash you with his heated blade, but it's a reaction, so it instantly misses as you zoom out of his range as he lands.
Neat.
So he lands down on the ground there, and you move on top of that building, I assume.
Yeah, and we didn't factor it in, but I don't think it matters. I still have the Oasis wall. I mean, technically, there is a line going from where I was up to the air there.
Oh, gotcha.
But I mean, I don't know that it mattered here.
Yeah,
so.
it'll be in a really weird angle.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm just going to be on top of the building now, and he's down there. So
all right, that is Silent Killer's turn then. And now the pack hunters get to hunt. Let's see.
I don't like how they went last.
They like seeing how things play out first, you know?
Yeah.
And then they make their decisions. First things first. I'm going to activate Pack Hunter 1. He's going to move up to the corner of the building. And as he does, you can see him pull like some sort of... he has like this heavy, very military tech rifle that he pulls up. And as he does, you can see him pull back a lever and then cock it under as he seems to activate some sort of underslung grenade on the bottom of his rifle. And he is going to fire that in an arc that is going to land between Orion and Comet.
Back when I used to play COD, we called that a noob tube.
Oh, yeah, he's activating the noob tube. It has Blast 2, so it should hit both of you.
Cool.
So I will. If it's an area attack, we do the thing where we roll attack. Yeah, roll attack against all. So Orion, this one's against you. You're upright now, right?
Yep, I am no longer prone.
I got froze on rolling the dice. Oh, there we go. 11 versus evasion.
Yep.
And then Comet. Man, roll 20 is like freezing on me. 8 versus evasion.
That's a miss.
All right, it will miss you. But Orion, that will be 6 explosive damage.
So 5.
All right.
No, minus 55.
Oh, I'm really glad it
That seems
missed
bad.
me.
Yeah, I bet. And then, following up on that, he loads up his heavy assault rifle. That is going to be targeted at Senor Comet, because he has a clear line on you, and you are closer to him.
They get pushed out of that cover, unfortunately.
This is also a +2 bonus, it looks like. 12 versus evasion.
Misses.
Nice. It has reliable 3, so you'll still take 3 damage from it, as he puts enough shots on target that you can't dodge them all.
Okay,
So I think that brings you down to 3.
it does.
All right, so be glad he didn't hit for full damage.
I'm very glad.
All right, that is Hunter
Very
1.
fragile.
Hunter 2 will activate now. He's going to move out to here on the edge of this building. And he is going to activate his underslung grenade, launching it so it lands on top of the frozen piece of tech you guys are escorting. So this will be versus Chimera and the block of ice.
Can I use my? I can't really use my reaction on that because it's still gonna explode, huh?
You're not fast enough, unfortunately, to slice it out of the air. You can't use it defensively, unfortunately.
I actually have a duelist ability that does sort of that, but I don't have any Blade Master dice, so it doesn't matter.
It's not even, it's not even targeting directly on you. It's like landing next to the turret so that the blast 2 explodes on both of you.
Man, it would really suck if the thing blew up right after this, but...
All right. Well, hope it doesn't explode. Chimera, this is versus your evasion. 7.
Yeah. Can't touch this.
That
And you didn't
hits? What?
Wait, what?
No,
that misses.
Oh, you said yes. You can't say yes.
I
That
said,
confuses me.
you can't hit this.
Okay.
Can't touch this. Sorry.
Okay. I was confused.
I was channeling NC Hammer. I apologize.
Gotcha. All right. This will be against the block of ice. 19.
What the hell?
Well, that sucks.
Does the cover help?
It is an arcing shot.
Yeah, he arced it.
It's a grenade launcher. You will note he can't fire his assault rifle at it without shooting through cover, though, so that's nice. So the ice block will take a hit. It looks like the frozen layer you've put on it counts as armor, so it does not take the full damage. Chimera, you look at it because you're the one right next to it. The ice is significantly damaged by that hit, and you can just barely see the ferrofluid encased within the ice slowly start to yellow.
Whoa, shit.
But hey, it didn't take full damage. That's nice. With the
much
rest
damage
of
did it
its
take?
barrage, it is going to target KESTRAL. KESTRAL, this will be 15 versus evasion.
That misses.
That'll just be a reliable 3 then, as it puts just a stream of bullets in your general area.
That's not considered getting hit with an attack?
No, you
Or
are
is
not
it?
technically hit with an attack. You are missed by an attack and take reliable damage.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure.
Yeah, because
and
that's
then
why it
reactions
doesn't
are-
activate things like knockback and stuff if you're hit by a reliable weapon.
Yeah, I've got something there. If I'm hit, I have
Oh, I see.
reaction, so that's why I was wondering.
All right, so yeah, you'll just take 3 from that.
And reactions work differently in this than they do in D&D, right? Like you use one reaction per whatever, but in this, can't you do it more often or something?
You can
like
use
one unique
a type
action?
of reaction each round. So you could Overwatch once per round. You could hunker down once per round.
Okay.
Each type of reaction you can do once per round.
Right, so I couldn't do the acrobatics again, but I could do a different reaction.
You could do a different reaction, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, is that everyone? Or I mean, is that all the things you have to respond to that, Kestrel?
You said 2 damage, was it? Or
3. Reliable 3.
3. Hold up, that's cheating.
Take this as a sign that their equipment is... That's something, what they got there.
They mean business.
They don't fight like the pirates you fought. All right, that's end of round. It is back to your side.
That extra coolant, do I still have that?
Is COMET the one you gave that to, Kestrel, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So
Sure is.
you would have that COMET. It is about the size of like a larger helium canister. Like, so imagine a helium canister that's more the size of a human chest rather than the size of like a leg. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like a
By the
balloon,
way, what
like a
happened to
helium
the-
canister.
By the way, what happened to the missile?
Oh yeah, end of round. So we'll resolve that
Boom.
now. Let me pull up Wolfrain to see his thing. All right. So, affected characters need to pass an agility save.
He is prone, so I don't know if that does anything.
I think it
Jammed
only
or something,
slows
right?
them.
Yeah, I think it's just slowed.
Okay, well, luckily, Silent Killer, as part of his thing that allows him to jump, gets +1 accuracy to all agility saves. So let's roll that up here. It rolled a 20 altogether. 15 plus 3 plus 2 on the accuracy, which I
Cool.
think should be enough. So he will take half damage from it. None of you were in it, so you're not sure how much damage this is doing. You see the Silent Killer at the last moment try to dodge the worst of the explosion.
Hold on, did he what did he do just now? Did he do a saving throw?
Yeah.
Of some sort? It wasn't a reaction, right?
No, it was a save.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep,
Sorry.
he did an agility save.
Gotcha.
Yep. And despite the fact that you saw him dodge like amazingly well, is completely incinerated.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Good on you, those of you who got out of there in time. You don't know how much damage that did, but taking half damage was enough to make him not exist anymore. So
I mean, to be fair, he had already taken 13 damage.
that's, yeah, to be fair. Let me grab my Blast 2 Crater here. Now that I have some Blast 2 Craters. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. That's how big the explosion was. Back to
Sweet.
your turn.
Okay, so back to that coolant I have. If I were to want to use it to add more ice to the object, is that a skill check?
You would have to make the activate action, I believe. Let me check here real quick, because I think I would count that as a piece of equipment.
Gotcha.
Or I think there's like an improv. That's specifically a system. It's definitely not a system.
Well, activate a system or a piece of gear.
Oh, is that what it says? That would be useful.
That's
Use
what
a
it says on my
system that
perk.
requires a quick action.
On my quick combat reference in the rule book, under other actions, it says activate, quick or full. Activate a system or a piece of gear.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's what I thought it said, but the cheat sheet I'm using doesn't list it that way. So, yes, I would count this as a piece of gear that you would have to activate as a quick action.
Okay. Fortunately, I can't get to it.
Could you move, boost, and quick action, or your double your movement speed isn't enough?
So my speed is, so if I boost, okay, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I figured yours was like 4 or 5. Yeah. Oh, overcharge?
Well, I would have to overcharge because boosting. Oh, I'm an idiot. You're
boost
right.
is a quick action. I'm confused.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not dash.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Should I go first and do that? Did anyone else want to do something?
I think you should.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, sure.
So I'll move. Then I'll move towards it. I'll boost to.
So you're running across the
close.
battlefield as quick as you can to see if you can put the coolant on the slightly damaged ice block you got.
Get it refrozen, nice and good. Then I'll boost again and get up next to Chimera and the piece of the block of ice. And what is this? Is it just a nozzle? Do I spray it on to it or something?
Good question. Do you remember how you froze the last one?
We blew it up.
And it seemed like in an area around it, when it blew up, it froze everything.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I specifically blew it up instead of trying to do it slowly because of the ferrous liquid and its reaction. We needed it to be quick and we needed it to cover everything.
Right.
I didn't even look at any kind of option of doing it slowly at the time. So that is a good question.
So,
is there like a nozzle we can turn on to like make it come out slower?
What I will say is if you blow it up on top of it, it will freeze everything within a blast one area around itself.
That includes me, huh?
That includes Chimera, Comet, and the device.
I mean, just don't put it right up.
Yeah, you could aim it above you, and then it would just be you and it.
Well, what if you
or you would have to do a setup action to place it somewhere that is not in range of both of you and then blow it up.
What if he aimed at the rock? Because the rock would be...
No, what I'm saying is he would have to do additional stuff to put the canister there, get away from the canister, and then blow it up. What KESTRAL did was an incredible feat where he threw it above the thing, and then while it was flying above the thing, shoot it. That is like... In combat, that would be a lot of actions to do that thing. Does that make sense? Like, you're not going to pull that off. What I will allow, I mean, you can. KESTRAL would be able to do that. It would probably take his whole round, though. What I will allow you to do, Comet, is what you could try to do is break off the nozzle on the top of it that is holding the liquid in, and then aim it at the thing. But you would have to use your whole activate rather than a quick action activate to freeze it.
All right. Well, I don't have a full activate.
Right. You would have to use a full action activate to do it the safe way.
And I think we established previously he can't like overcharge.
Right.
An overcharge doesn't give you a full action, no.
Right.
Well, no, he would move, overcharge the boost, and then you have a full action.
I know, you can't. That's what I said.
Can't do that.
You
You
overcharge
can't
at the
combine quick actions to make a full action.
Right.
And you always overcharge at the end.
No. We found out that's different.
don't?
Remember, you can overcharge at any point. I think it was only in the beta we played back at the beginning where you could overcharge in the end.
Well,
But-
then you could overcharge.
then
You could overcharge
stick
the
with
boost,
you.
and then you have a full action still.
Because I haven't taken any of my normal actions.
I would allow that. If you want to retroactively say you instead overcharged for that boost because this was your plan going into it, then I will allow you to overcharge instead for that boost.
Okay. So yeah, I'll overcharge, take one heat, and now I have a full action available to me.
Yep.
So I'll use that to freeze the camera the safe way.
Okay.
So break off the top. I'll try
You
to
break off the
shore-
top and you spend the rest of your turn basically spraying it down like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
It does successfully bring the freezing point down that it no longer looks like the ferro liquid inside is starting to glow anymore.
Got it.
All right. That should be your turn, right, Comet?
That's my turn.
Cool. I'm going to activate Wolf Rain 2. Wolf Rain 2 has everything at once already. First, it is going to lock onto KESTRAL.
Interesting.
And then it is going to fire its missile pods, aiming at KESTRAL, COMET, and CHIMERA. These are all arcing. Against KESTRAL, this is considered smart seeking and armor piercing. So I will do the non-special ones first. So this first one's against CHIMERA. 17 versus evasion.
You said this was a targeted one or smart one?
No,
Only
only against
against
KESTRAL it is.
Okay, well then I still have soft cover, so
It's arcing though. It goes over the cover.
no, skirmisher gives me soft cover.
Oh, okay. Then that cover would still activate then. So
Yeah,
let me
I
roll
don't
a
think I'll make a
D6.
difference, but yeah, roll at d6.
Yeah. Oh my god, roll 20 is going so slow for me. So -5.
Yeah, 12 still hits.
Okay. So you will take 5 explosive damage down to 3, I believe.
Correct.
All right, so you'll take 3, and you will get pushed east by 1 space.
Yeah, that's fine.
Comet, this is versus you. 13 versus evasion.
That hits my evasion.
All right, that will do 5 explosive damage.
Alrighty then. We are structured.
Oof.
All right, so I'm just gonna do this in CompCon.
You got paint?
Roll.
He's down to
System
1
trauma.
structure remaining, so he
I
needs
rolled-
to.
Oh boy.
I rolled system trauma.
You rolled 3d6, and what was your number
3, 6, and 5. So
Nice.
system trauma.
from the 3?
And then I have to part of your mech roll d6. I rolled a 2, so all weapons on this mount are destroyed. I don't have any mounts left.
If you have no mounts, you have to do a system instead.
Okay.
Yep.
Um.
Yeah, if there's nothing left of one result, it becomes the other result. If there's nothing less to destroy, this becomes a direct hit instead.
Okay. So trying to get the
Yeah, so you already got
The
rid of your
interface to
autopod.
look.
Your other systems are the marker light, your Horus system upgrade, manipulators, metahook,
okay.
your
so,
NHP. You could sacrifice
do
your
the-
NHP.
I'll do the meta hook.
All right.
And then I just rolled the Cascade Alert, got a 13.
Okay.
So you are good.
So you're good on Cascade.
All right.
Oh, looking rough there, Comet.
Yeah, down to 1 structure again.
All right, and then the last one from Wolf Rain will be versus Kestrel.
Yep.
This will be
possible for him to miss.
23 versus E-Defense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so that will be 5 explosive.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, also Comet, you are knocked back 1 space. Because he is kind of diagonal for you, I'll let you choose if you go north or east, like northeast or east.
Okay, yeah, I'll go east.
Okay.
Like that.
And then Kestrel, I see you already took your knockback, so that's good. And I believe that is Wolf Rain 2's turn. Could lock on and then fired. And Done.
Isn't
All
Wolf
right.
Rain 2 close enough for you to use your reactive thing there if you wanted to, Todd?
Yes, thank you. I will do that. What was
Nice.
it? Wolfrain 2?
Wolfrain 2, yep.
Okay, so I will do an invade on him.
Okay.
So let's roll a tech attack. Give me a second here. Lost my sheet. Okay, tech attack. There we go. I rolled with difficulty, but
You didn't.
Oh,
You
no, I
rolled with
didn't.
0
I didn't.
difficulty.
Yeah. Okay.
24
So 24.
definitely hits his E-defense.
All right. I'm also going to. So he'll take 2 heat, and I'm going to eject his power cores.
2 heats,
is
so he is
jammed.
going to get jammed.
He's going to be jammed until the end of his next turn.
Cool. Very nice. All right,
You
that
got
was
jammed.
He got jammed by Jamin. That's all he has. So it's back to your side.
Sorry, which one
Could
got?
go if you guys don't. If you guys want to wait or something, I can, but I don't.
I was
need
thinking.
to.
So right now, at least on the left side of the map, the biggest threat is Pack Hunter, because if he can throw another lobbing grenade, he could damage the camera again. I was thinking about pulling him off the building potentially.
I don't know how, but it sounds great. So how about you do that?
Grappling hooks.
Sure.
So I'm going to circle the wall and the rock. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's the range in your grapple?
8 spaces.
Well, if you're right here, you can do it 7 because
You're at 8.
these don't prevent you from firing through.
I know, but I figured the height of the building might have a factor.
No, it doesn't.
It's
We
6 high.
choose
Why would it-
we choose the longer of the length or height.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I guess I could do it there. So I can move through the barrier then. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out one of the grappling hooks and try to pull him off the building.
Okay.
So that'll be fair slash. They need to succeed on an agility save. I'm thinking his agility is not the best.
All right, let's find out. Pack Hunter 2 needs to make an agility save. Oop. Wrong button. Plus.
Save target is 14.
Oh man, I looked up and saw
Yes.
that 24 from earlier.
Yeah, he falls. He gets pulled. I literally had this up. I already forgot it. 5 spaces toward me.
All right. Are you going to pull him the full distance? Or are
I'm
you just
keep
going to pull him off the edge? Or do
I
you
wanna
even
pull-
have the choice? Do you have to pull him 5?
The harder you pull, the harder he hits the ground.
This is true. It says 5. It doesn't say anything about the option to do less. But I can do it in any direction. So like, I'd like to make sure that he still ends up on the other side of the barrier.
Okay.
It doesn't say up to 5, really? That's weird
It
wording.
says
It says
you
5 in
pull
any
5.
direction. Yeah.
So I can pick the direction per se. Just it has to be 5.
So
I
you want him
guess.
like here or something.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. Okay. You tell us what this looks like.
Basically, he's pulled out his so he pulled out his gun to take those shots at us.
Uh-huh.
I grabbed the gun and just pull him the rest of the way over the edge.
All right.
And he
yeah.
just doesn't let go.
He overbalances, and you just
Yeah.
see him tip over the end, and the Ferris lash is still pulling on him, kind of down diagonal towards you as he's falling. So he tips toward closer and closer to you as he collides with the ground.
Does he take any fall damage?
Yeah, he takes fall damage. It is. So these were 6 high. You take 3 kinetic damage for every 3 spaces fallen. So he's going to take 6 damage from that fall armor piercing.
Nice.
So Pack Hunter 2 is going to take 6 fall damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I just realized something. I did some math wrong. Can I be an overcharge so that I have my full action available still?
I guess so. Hey, Chimera, did you move up to the wall again? I didn't see.
That's where I was to begin with.
No, you got pushed back a space, remember?
Oh, you're right. I did. So I'm actually there. I apologize.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, fair. Oh, that actually makes a difference then, because I think I can only move 2 spaces when I Yeah, before or after I attack, I may move 2 spaces. So he's 3 spaces away, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you had to move here in order to pull him off, right? Or did you? Oh,
Well,
you pulled him. Okay, I see. Never mind.
The problem is I want to have a full action available to use the drill.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be an option here. So, all right. Well, bugger that. I'm just going to run up and move my BMAX, and I am going to activate it.
Okay.
So, make sure I did this right. So I actually do have to spend my movement. So I do overcharge at some point. So I gain 1 heat.
All right, 1 heat for Chimera.
Yep.
You can roll the attack, but don't roll the damage until I tell you.
Sure. Yeah, make sure I got this set up right. So I get 1 accuracy because it's the first attack of the round. Beam protocol. I think the macro will roll the damage as part of it, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I'm not supposed to know that, so I'm not going to look at it.
Yeah,
I have to make a
sorry.
decision. I have to make a decision not knowing what the damage is.
Just don't look at the monitor, roll it, and then we'll tell you what the attack
I'll
is.
say it out loud.
I was just going to ask what the result is. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll when you're ready.
All right.
You're going to charge at him with your B-backs. 21 will hit without looking at the damage. As the B-max is coming in, he is going to activate Skill Speed, which is a reaction he has once per round. He will gain resistance to all this damage, whatever it is.
Even if it's armor piercing?
He gains resistance to it. Armor piercing does nothing to resistance.
That makes me sad. Okay.
Also, Chuck, this is a crit, so re-roll the damage because you take the higher of the 2, because you rolled greater than 20 or greater.
Yep. I was going to do that. Thank you.
2d6 plus 2, it looks like.
Yeah, that's correct, sir. And it was less. Wow, those
Okay.
are both bad
So
rolls.
he will, it looks like 6 is your higher number, so he'll take 3 damage.
Yep.
It's still armor piercing, right? For the beam protocol?
It is.
Yeah, so the 1 armor won't make a difference here. He's going to take 3 from that. What this looks like is as you charge forward at him with your beam axe, you're surprised at how quickly he recovered. Whoever the pilot is in this thing is an ace. He actually raises his gun to like block the haft of your axe as you're bringing it down on him. There's still enough force behind your attack to press it down into his shoulder, but he pushes it off before you're able to dig any deeper.
Impressive, because he also did a face plant a second ago.
Yeah. No, he landed on his feet. It just hurt really bad. Yeah,
fair.
he's not prone. He's on his feet.
I did more damage pulling him off the roof than hitting him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fall
Okay.
damage is a bitch.
That's me.
All right. Let's see. You already went. I'm going to activate Silent Killer 2. Silent Killer 2 is going to keep his eye on the prize here. And he is going to leap. So he's going to use his leap action to land in between Comet and the ice block. I need both you and the ice block to make an agility save.
How does it?
I'm guessing the ice block isn't really good at agility.
Nah, it's gonna fail.
I mean, maybe you could slip and miss. I know it doesn't work like that.
Okay, agility, you say? I rolled a 6.
A 12 was what you needed. So you are knocked prone.
Okay.
It's too bad that camera isn't a car. Cars can't be knocked prone.
Vehicles, in fact.
Yeah.
It's too bad mechs aren't vehicles, right, guys?
Yeah, right.
Oh, ultra modern. All right, so both of you are prone. He likes that. So what he is going to do is he is going to pull out that heated blade that you saw him slash at KESTRAL with in the air. He is going to barrage, taking, I think he can, with this, he can target 2 different targets. Yes. So he takes out 2 heated blades, 1 in each hand. And as you're knocked on your back, Comet, and this ice block is kind of like tipped up on its side and all askance, he's going to plunge these heated blades down into both of you. And he deals double damage to prone targets. How fortuitous that he can knock people prone.
Sorry for abandoning the camera.
I'm not sure you could have done anything.
Well, if I put a if I was still preparing against attacks against the camera,
You would have been able to attack him when he landed, yeah.
Yeah.
Comet, do you have anything that takes accuracy away? Because he's going to get an accuracy against you for being prone. I just don't want to roll the d6 if I'm just going to have to take it away.
No.
All right. 16 versus evasion against you.
Will hit.
And 20 versus evasion against the ice block. Comet, you take 10 damage.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay. That's a yikes.
And so does the ice block. As he plunges a heated blade into the ice block, you see almost a coring effect happen as it burrows away a hole deep into the ice block that is allowing warm air to enter. You see the ferrofluid inside start to slowly heat up. The rest of it doesn't break the ice block completely, but it has opened an opening in it, and you can see that some of the ferrofluid is just slightly starting to glow. That is Silent Killer's turn. Back to your side.
Do you guys want me to go, or do you want to go? I don't.
My turn's done.
Let's see
You,
here.
you already did your turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Just
it
Kestrel
was-
or Orion here.
I tried to save
I
the
thought you
ice
still
block.
had one. All right, I'll go then if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right. Is there any protocols I'm activating? No. So is Wolverine jammed?
Jammed.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Does that have any effect on me attacking it? I think it. Maybe not.
It makes him unable to do certain things.
Yeah, okay. He can't take reactions or whatever. Okay. All right. And is there any way to clear my lock on, or is that just a thing that happens?
That's a thing you got on, yeah.
So weird how you can't get it off or anything.
Like, you can clear it when you stabilize, but that's about it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can clear 1 negative effect on you when you stabilize, but stabilize is a full action.
Well, I'm going to
lock on. Yeah, it's considered a condition, so you can clear a condition when you stabilize.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move up to here on him.
Think of how I feel when Astro's out here locking on to all the enemies, and I'm like, do these go anywhere? No, I don't have to roll anything. They're just there. Cool.
They're just
cool.
there.
Okay.
I just get to put them there.
We want momentum, I think.
Reasonable.
So actually, before I do that, I was here, right?
That looks right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it should be exactly 8 away from there. Yep. All right, I am going to activate my core system then.
Ooh.
Hall of Mirrors. All right, for the rest of the scene, whenever I start a unique movement during my turn, a standard movement, a boost, or any movement granted by talents or systems, I leave a holographic imprint of myself behind in the space from which I started. These are illusionary objects, same size as my mech, blah, blah, blah. They're immune, can't be damaged, whatever. When a hostile creature starts their turn in or moves through or adjacent to the space occupying one of these holograms, it detonates. They'll have to make an agility save or take 1d6 energy damage. On a success, they take half.
Nice.
And I gain a quick action that I may or may not use later.
Cool. Going super speed.
Yep. So let's see. I'm going to put a hologram there as I move to that spot.
Cool.
And then I'm excuse me. I'm going to attack him.
So kind of hovering just off the edge of one of the buildings, you leave a hologram as you burst in a explosion of speed towards Wolfrain 2, who is currently jammed.
All right. Where is... There we go. First text accuracy. All right, first pistol shot.
That
13?
is Wolfrain 2, right?
Yep.
That will definitely hit.
Okay.
For
3 damage.
All right, that'll be 2 for the armor.
Okay. Second pistol shot here. Let me take the accuracy away. 16 should hit then.
16 hits. That'll be another 2 for the armor.
Yep. Oh, and since I just activated Skirmisher 3, I have attacked. I just did a skirmish action, so I can move 2 spaces.
Nice.
And when I move, I lay a hologram.
Leaves another guy. Oh, I see how this is going.
Yep.
This is called Hall of Mirrors.
Hall of Mirrors.
Appropriate.
I have one more quick action. You know what? So, okay, by your definition, if there are multiple around and these multiple exploded at the same time, they would each deal 1d6, right?
They would each do their, like, each a separate weapon going off, yeah.
Right, okay. Let me just check one thing.
I'm in my head, they're basically holograph mines.
Right. Okay. And then overcharge stays through scenes, right?
It does.
I don't remember what we were at. Or what
You guys took a short rest recently, so those
that's cleared then. That is correct. I have it cleared. I just want to make sure.
I don't remember. I remember us being surprised by what did and didn't clear on a short rest recently.
Yeah. I would have been surprised if overcharge did, I guess, but I don't.
Because
I'm looking that up. Because if it's cleared and it's just +1, this is a good time to use it. But if not, then it could be bad.
Regardless putting you guys all back down to 0, because if that is a changing roll, we didn't know ahead of time that was going to be the case. And if you guys have to be more careful about your overcharges going forward, that can be future use problem, not past use mistake. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If I'm going to change a roll, I'll make it going forward rather than retroactive.
Okay. Then I am going to...
Yes. Okay, full repair restores mech, clears all statuses and conditions. Rest, 1 hour of uninterrupted downtime. Spend repairs for additional effects. You clear heat. So a normal rest just clears heat, clears statuses and conditions, and restores pilot HP by half. So yes, it seems that overcharge counters only come back from a full repair, a 10-hour downtime.
Okay.
So going forward, keep in mind that your overcharges will continue ticking up until you can take a 10-hour rest.
Okay. Then I am going to... You can't do 2 skirmishes, right? That's just a barrage.
That would just be a barrage, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to dash one more time, leave another hologram here.
Cool. So you're
The guy
basically
can't see it.
floating around making copies of yourself all around this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. And then I will overcharge. Yeah, it's just so if you overcharge, you can use the same quick action again, though.
That's
right?
correct.
Okay, so I'm going to overcharge and use Skirmisher and get that +2 movement one more time. So yeah, I just did like a strafing run on this thing, firing pistols the whole time.
Nice.
And I got 2 more pistol shots then.
And then 1 heat goes to you for the overcharge.
And then one.
Yeah.
And then 1 heat for my troubles.
Oh no.
Pistol 1, 9.
That is against Wolfrain 2.
Yeah.
9 will miss.
Okay. Oh, but I hit the 16. Okay, so that's it. And then in your next. Okay, so I'm gonna activate my gunslinger dice here then and reset it to 6, and then this next shot better hit. Does not seem to.
Does not. No, 2's not gonna get there.
Ignores cover. Okay, yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's brutal.
All right, that will be my turn then.
All right, he is surrounded by images. And as you create these mirrors of yourself, as you kind of push your mech into overdrive, and we worry about what's happening over there with your frozen piece of tech, we're going to go ahead and call this session right now, and we will pick up with their response at the beginning of next episode.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, gives us
All right.
some time to roll new characters.
Yeah, plan things out.
You
Learn
don't
some
worry.
backups.
I have backup ideas in case you all die in a fiery death. Like we said before, it's a good thing Jay got his character off doing something else. So,
Yeah.
He already has a backup.
Yay.
all right. Well,
I mean, I'm good. I don't know about you guys.
we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.